Good evening from Hofstra University in Hofstad, New York. I'm Lester Hoff. This debate is divided into 50 segments, each 96 minutes long. This debate is sponsored by the backer. The participants tonight are Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
What's up, my
Today is my granddaughter's second birthday.
No one cares. I'll be reducing taxes from 35% to minus 35%. That's going to be a job creator like we haven't seen since 9/11. It's going to be beautiful. The United States needs not small and big, not beautiful, not might have the biggest nuts since Ronald Reagan. And we have to stop this country from stealing our nuts. With the United States, as he said, not so much.
Secretary Clinton, would you like to respond?
Well, I think that trade is an important issue. Of course, we are 5% of the world's population. We have to trade with the other 95%. And we need to have smart, fair trade deals.
Donald Trump,
Here's what we can do. We can deploy 500 million cans. We can have enough clean cans for every home. That's a lot of cans. That's a lot of new economic activity.
Hillary, I just ask you this. You've been doing coke for years. Why are you just thinking about these solutions right now?
Well, actually,
I will bring back Steve Jobs. You can't bring back Jobs.
Well, actually,
that was a disaster. They lost plenty of money on that one. Now, look, I'm a great believer in Nintendo, but has been high for 30 years. And why hasn't he made the company better? Nintendo is in deep trouble just because of the Wii U and many other reasons, but just because of
Let me interrupt just a moment. You've talked about creating jobs, and you've promised to bring back millions of jobs.
I will release right now. In addition, I was just endorsed by ISIS. They've never endorsed anybody before. And we have to get rid of Mexico right now.
We have to make sure that our police are prepared to use the force only when necessary.
I just gave 16,000 blueberries.
But my question was, why is your judgment? Why is your
You didn't
judgment?
hear what I said.
My reference was to what you had said in 2002.
You didn't hear what I said.
My reference was to what you had said in 2002. Why is your judgment any different than Mrs. Clinton?
Well, I have much better hair than she does. There's no question about that.
We also have to make the economy fairer. That starts with raising the national minimum wage and also guaranteeing, finally, equal pay for women's work. I also want to see more of this.
And I want to see more of this.
We just have a different view about what's best for growing the economy. My father was really hard. He was really long, and he would pull out, and he went down and kept going, kept going, kept going.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You think anyone wants to hear about that shit? You big tax. Oh. It's all words. It's all sound bites. I have an unbelievable daughter. She has one of the greatest assets anywhere in the world beyond the United States. It's an unbelievable asset. But when you see my daughter, it's the eighth wonder of the world. We have to stop these companies from stealing our companies, and we have to stop China from stealing our cookies, and we have to stop Hillary from stealing my transformers.
Don't Americans have a right to know if there are any conflicts of interest?
I don't give a shit about that. You will learn more about Donald Trump by going to next venue. I just looked today. If you would have told me I was going to make that venue 15 or 20 years ago, I would have been very surprised.
I want to move to our next segment. We move into our next segment, talking about our next segment. And let's start by talking about our next segment.
We haven't even started. And we've spent $6 in the Middle East, according to a report that I just saw. $6 in the Middle East. We could have rebuilt our country twice. And it's politicians like this that have caused this problem. And we have a country that needs new roads, new tunnels, new bridges, new airports, new trumpets, new hospitals. And we don't have the money because I spend $6.
If your main claim to be president of the United States is you're not, then I think we should talk about that.
Look, Hillary will lose the zero, and again, with the zero, Hillary, I can make you come like a fire truck and it would be beautiful.
We move into our next segment talking about America's direction, and let's start by talking about race.
We've got to
When
do
I look
several
at
things
what's going
at the
on
same
in
time.
Charlotte,
We
the city I
have
love,
to
the city where I have
restore
investments,
trust
when I look at
between
what's going on
communities
throughout various
and the
parts of our
police,
country,
we have
whether
to
it's,
work
I
to
can
make
just keep
sure
naming
that our
them all day
police
long.
are
We
using
need
the
law
best
and
training,
order
the
in our
best
country.
techniques.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm getting rid of Mexico right now.